A very beautiful day this is. Welcome back to Max Gamble TV, a leading YouTube channel that avails you the best of car offers. Stay subscribed for our today's topic. We've been having you lots of offers on locally used vehicles, though by the comments, by the beginning of next year, January, we'll be reintroducing more products, and that will be under Max Gamble Auto Freights brokerage, a company that will be dealing with the importation of your vehicles. We'll be partnering with other Japanese-based companies that is to include Kobe Motors, to ensure that you are availed your vehicle of choice. So stay tuned as we take through today's topic. Okay, so we'll be talking about demonetization, that is linking to the governor of CBK's announcement of change of currencies. So just to the introduction, demonetization simply refers to a process in which the present regime decides to change currencies, in which the previous currency is rendered useless in the sense that its legal tenor is scrapped off, and a new introduction of new currencies, that is new notes, is introduced into the economy. That is already taking place as at now, and the 1,500 notes shall be exchanged with the other notes with different features, different currency features. So demonetization, according to my opinion, got different impacts to importation and generally the economic. It's got an economic impact, and that will be the topic of today. Remember again, this is Max Gamble TV, a leading YouTube channel that avails you the best of car offers. Today we won't be getting to the car yards any longer, since most car yards for today have been closed down. So we'll be having a little chat about the car industry from here. So if you wish to have a view, so this is Mombasa, Kenya. So these are the beaches of Kenya. So we are deep. How many miles away? We are just about a kilometer from the shores of the ocean, as you can tell. So for now, the water levels have drawn further from the shores, about a kilometer. And during the evening hours, the water level shall have gone back. So for now, we are privileged to be here before the waters get back. So I've noticed we've got German, my German audience. Welcome back to Max Gamble TV again, and just an introduction in German. Guten Abend, mein good friends. I say Maxwell, und das ist Mombasa Strand, Mombasa Strand, Shelly Beach Strand, und meine Hobbys sind Fahrradfahren, Adventure und Automotive. Willkommen Max Gamble TV, Max Gamble Fernsehkanal und abonnieren. So let's get back to the topic of the day, demonetization. So the governor of the CBK has announced a change of currencies, and what will that mean to importation? So in the short run, we'll be experiencing increased importation, and I'll be giving you an explanation to that. Remember, I'm a watchman during the day. Okay, I'm a full-time watchman, though I understand a little of currencies. So that's why I feel it privileged to have you, to share with you my opinion about what I feel about the demonetization. As explained, demonetization just implies change of currencies. The current notes are rendered useless and exchanged with other currencies. There have been several other nations that have done this before, to include Zimbabwe, the Australian dollar, that is back in 1988 for an Australian dollar. Zimbabwe in 2015, Zimbabwe likewise did the same. Kenya has done demonetization back in 2019, and yet this will be in a short span of time. Kenya is doing a second demonetization, and let us speak about this and its impact. So in the short run, we'll be experiencing increased importations. of vehicles in the short run. So let us have it. The short time I'm implying in the next few, say 5 months or say 1 year, we'll be having increased importation, while in the long run there shall be greatly reduced importation processes. So let us start with the history of demonetization in globally, that is. Zimbabwe in 2014, remember the Zimbabwean currency wasn't performing well, and in 2015 they had to demonetize their currency. So the reason for their demonetization was to greatly impact inflation. By this, the previous currency had been to be scrapped off. It had to be exchanged with a more valuable currency, and since then Zimbabwe economic stability has been realized. Lately a dollar goes for about 366 Zimbabwean dollar, $1 for 366, unlike previously where a dollar would go for say 500. So that was unrealistic. So it was a good strategy to demonetize. The governor of Kenya, however, tells us, I remember I'm a big follower of the governor of the CBK, especially in the social media. So the governor of the CBK informs us that his reasons for demonetization or change of currencies is because the previous notes are outdated, or they are getting older that fast. So that was his take. However, for my opinion, that won't be the case. The next nation that did demonetization was Australia. The Australian dollar also had to be demonetized back in 1988. And the history about demonetization of the Australian dollar is currently highly performing against the dollar, the US dollar. $1 is an equivalent of 1.56 Australian dollar. And the impact of this, what caused this, is basically the demonetization policy of Australia. Before Australia did demonetize their currency, they had to research for a period of for more than 20 years. From the research began in 1966. So from 1966, Australia decides to demonetize their currency in 1988. So that's a span of 20 years. Like for the case of our governor, who does it in a span of 2019 to date. As we move on, we'll be comparing the dollar, the exchange rates between the Kenyan shillings and the dollar, often during the periods of demonetization, and let's see the impact. The next currency that was demonetized was the Indian currency. The Indians also did demonetize. So let us ask ourselves, what is the best reason for demonetization? Is the governor's take of demonetization correct? That is to say that the currency was getting older, the current notes are getting older, and he needs to make new currency since those ones are getting older. It's just been 2019 to date is say 5 years already demonetized. So let us get back to importation and its effect. In the short run, in the next 1 year, that is according to my opinion, we shall be experiencing increased importation. For what reason? Individuals who got lots of cash will be a little skeptic, and will rush to make purchase of assets. That is, they'll instead have access of assets other than go the trouble of exchanging currencies. So that is the short run impact. So they just wish to buy property, buy vehicles to evade any unusual transactions. So in the long run, we'll be experiencing reduced importation of vehicles, and the currency is likely to negatively perform. Why am I saying this? Back in reference to 2019, in 2018, the Kenyan exchange rate was at an average of 106. So that is $1 for 106 USD, $1 USD for 106 Kenyan shillings. the currency was demonetized in 2019, and in 2021 the average exchange rate was still fair, but in the long run, by 2022 the exchange rates got to an average of 127, $1 for 127. That is averagely. And remember, this is the time where the dollar shot to 157. In history, that had never been. So this time, currently the exchange rates are at 129 as at now. So let us speculate increasing the dollar due to the impact of demonetization, according to my opinion, is it destabilizes economic operations. As at now, when there's that hurry to do exchanges, the US dollar that is in reference, the US dollar would have greater demand compared to the Kenyan shillings, and with that, due to the demand supply chain, the principle of demand and supply, according to my opinion, the US dollar shall supersede the Kenyan currency, and in the long run, let us expect the currency to get to say 170. Speculation, in a period of 2 years after demonetization, we shall be experiencing a $1 exchanged with 170 Kenya shillings. So why currencies, the US dollar demand increases while the Kenyan currencies demand reduces, and with that there's going to be a deficit, and the Kenyan currency would underperform, and by this products will be expensive, of course, and importation will be discouraged. That is according to my opinion. So let us get back to the reasons for. So those are individuals swimming, as you can tell. Those are individuals fishing. So this is a good spot to, let me have you the overall view. So this is the overall view of the Indian Ocean shore. So we are several kilometers from the shores, and we all alone deep into the shores. So this feeling is I always find this therapeutic. I find it relaxing. It helps you relax off. So remember, so if you wish to visit this place, anytime you visit Mombasa, get to Likoni side and ask for Shelly Beach, Simba Villa Beach, that is closer proximity to the current Member of Parliament's residence. You'll get there. So let us have a little discussion about the main reason for the importance of demonetization.